Damn, dude, look at him. Look at him. Holy shit. He looks like more disheveled than I do right now. He's got like the... Is this what it feels like to lose an election? Is it just like sapping his life force? What's going on?
The left has always hated Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving can be interpreted as a religious holiday if you believe in giving thanks to a creator.
Yeah, I think most people celebrate it pretty non-religious. I don't think, like, you can make anything into a religious holiday. I think generally speaking, because I have religious family members, I think most people just treat it as like a family get-together thing, you know? Yeah. Yeah, it's not really a religious holiday. I mean, you can make, dude, evangelical families will make religion out of anything, but yeah.
But they hate Thanksgiving because they believe there is nothing you should be thankful for in America. This is an awful place. It is cancerous.
No. They don't like Thanksgiving because the lore of Thanksgiving, the sort of holiday myth, kind of whitewashes the whole genocide thing. But that's it. No, so he's projecting a little bit here. Guys, maybe this is just me and I'm the odd one out. Do you guys actually think of Thanksgiving as a holiday about giving thanks? Or do you guys just think of it as a family holiday? Yeah, most of you are saying no, I assume, to the first thing. Yeah, it's like a family holiday. Like family and food, yeah. I mean, sometimes during Thanksgiving, I'll say a couple of things that I'm thankful for, but it's more like a formality. Like, I'll be like, hey, well, I'm thankful my family's here, and I'm thankful that I'm still healthy, and that's it. Like, it's not, like, I don't really talk about it that much, you know? The authoritarian right is obsessed with the concept of penitence, you know? You mere mortals, you peasant Americans, it's important that at all times you be eternally thankful for the gift you've been given, for being able to live in this country.
Rotten to the core, tear it all down, burn it from within. Why would you be thankful? Instead, we need a revolution.
I don't think that the left's relationship with Thanksgiving has anything to do with revolution, but I agree with the sentiment, so thank you.
Remember.
Wait, what was that? Is he really getting all these talking points from a tablet right next to him? He can't even remember this? Look.
Remember.
I do this, but I'm a fucking live streamer in my studio. This is the computer I play video games at. He's like a major media figure. What is he looking at here?
Remember, as the Students for Democratic Society radicals once wrote in the 1960s.
Oh, okay. He's got a quote here. Okay.
They said, conflict is the origin of everything.
Hey, based critical theory. True.
Happens when you're thankful? By definition, you're less likely to be involved and engaged in conflict.
True. Wait, he actually got it correct. That's actually completely true. He has reinforced my belief. Yeah. That authoritarians are obsessed with penitence because the more time you spend thankful for something, the less time you spend questioning it. Wait, I was completely correct. He actually I thought I was just giving like a little side assertion thing. He actually completely validated my premise there. Yeah, these people want you to be thankful because thankful people don't ask questions. That's why they demand you worship the country, you stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, you praise the flag, because the more time you spend wrapped up in this ritual, this ceremonial, ritualistic adulation of the country, the less time you spend questioning it. They don't want you to think. They just want you to silently just be happy you're here. That's why they'll say stuff all the time. How many times have you heard this talking point, okay? Oh, wow. The left thinks there's racism here. We're one of the least racist countries on earth. Go anywhere else. Same thing with gender. They'll be like, you think America is sexist? Why don't you go check out Saudi Arabia, the country that my president and the presidents that I've always supported continue to support. They do this all the time. And there is an element of truth to this. Many of us, for those of us who live in America, are a little bit lucky in some ways. There are elements of this country that I like more than elements of other countries, and it's definitely better here than it is in Saudi Arabia. Not just for women, but I imagine for pretty much everyone, unless you're a Saudi prince, in which case, it's probably great in both places. But first of all, recognizing that there are good parts of America is not mutually exclusive to criticizing the bad parts. And that seems to be where the conservatives get hung up. They can't do that. You can't criticize it. So when they say there are good things to America, which is true, they're not doing it to try to give you a sense of perspective. They're doing it to shut you up. And that's the key difference right there. What's good in America? Well, I like our freedom of speech, generally. I think we have a good set of policies on that, you know. I like our breadth of cultural values. America is very different depending on what part of it you're in. Some parts I like more, some parts I like less. But goddamn, is this country diverse culturally, you know? Go to New Orleans, go to New York, you know? Go to Florida, like go all around. Every part of America, there are parts of America so different from one another, so distinct, that they honestly feel like different countries, which is amazing. I love that, you know? What else do I like? Well, there are parts of Florida that are okay. There are parts of Florida that are okay. White America is a cultural desert. Well, that's the thing. Pretty much all good culture in America was brought to us by non-white people. No, in all seriousness, though, like it's true though. Really, white culture is mostly white culture to the extent that it exists. Seems to mostly be about power here in America, power over other people, which doesn't make for great culture, you know. Beverly Hills, the town that I grew up in, has a lot of white people there. It also has a lot of Persian Jews. They voted Republican because they're rich, by and large. But the rest of Los Angeles, pretty goddamn blue. And the rest of Los Angeles is where all the goddamn culture comes from, too. Anyway, we're getting a little bit sidetracked, but Italian food, German food. Oh yeah, no, the food is great. I'm sorry. I'm being a little bit overly simplistic for comedic effect here. I don't think that there's anything inherently worse with European cultures than from cultures all around the rest of the world. There are elements of them from food to music that I think are delightful. In fact, one of the things that I like most, this is one of my favorite channels. You've probably seen it before, but here. Called Baumgartner Restoration. I've talked about this on stream before, but I stand by this, okay? Baumgartner Restoration. He's a conservationalist, which means that he preserves old paintings, you know. And you know, a lot of these are like European paintings, or at least old American paintings, which means a lot of them came from European antiquity, and they're just so gorgeous. Here's the assassination of Archimedes.
Retouched and
there you go. Look at that. It's beautiful. There's a lot to appreciate here. The issue is that in America today, like presently here in America, and he like cleans it and stuff. It's a really, really nice channel. It's like ASMR, but there's educational elements. The main issue is that I feel like in America, the white people in this country, I feel like most of the cultural contributions they've made have mostly been making an effort to distance themselves from the cultural contributions of other ethnic groups. And initially, this referred to European ethnic groups as well, because it was, I believe, Benjamin Franklin who described the Germans as swarthy, of a different breed whose blood had already polluted the blood of America originally, because America was originally Anglo-Saxon. So, I mean, if you're at a point where the Germans are too swarthy for you, yeah, then same with the Italians, the Spaniards, everyone, Greeks. No, I'm not kidding. It was Ben Franklin. Yeah. I'm not kidding. This is what academics mean when they talk about whiteness. You've heard whiteness, right? I know a lot of conservatives get upset because they hear things like destroy whiteness, and they're like, they want to kill us, which is not true. And now, you can argue it's poorly named, but most academic terminology isn't really meant to survive public scrutiny from like grifty conservative pundits. Whiteness in academia refers to the underlying power structure, generally in America, though there's a global element as well, which exists to the exclusion of those who aren't considered white. So whiteness isn't white people. Whiteness isn't German bratwurst or whatever. Whiteness is going to Harlem, to go slumming in Harlem so you could learn their musical beats, so you can make them more appealing to the average, you know, consumer, and then resell them as white music. That's whiteness right there. Whiteness is more about a process of exclusion than it is a process of creation. But but then people get confused because it's like, well, if you hate whiteness, that means you hate white people and blah blah. But here's my hot take, okay? Are you ready for it? One of the the most victimized group by whiteness is white people, except for every other group of people. Because we, like white people and white American culture, we deny ourselves so much shit because we're so fucking afraid of other stuff. We're so terrified. We just saw it in the last segment with the guys wearing a dress, even though men wearing dresses has been a thing in many other cultures throughout all of human history. We're terrified of change because we have a very specific set of values we want to uphold. What is American clothing? Denim jeans and cowboy hats? I'll take the variety, thanks. All right.
Thanksgiving is supposed to de-escalate any sort of pre-existing issues
What?
in our country. And now they're using the virus as an excuse for you not to be thankful.
What?
We'll be right back.
Wait, is he saying that Thanksgiving contributes to some sort of detente? Like Thanksgiving lessens the crime rate? What is he talking about here? Oh, I see. He's complaining that people are saying because of COVID-19 you shouldn't travel to see your families. Guys, don't travel to see your families, okay? Unless you live with your families already or they're a hop skip away and you already have come into contact with them. For God's sake, okay? Please, God, be safe, all right? If you think you can do it appropriately, then fine. But we're going through the highest COVID spike right now that this country has seen. We are, hold on. COVID-19 graph. Give me the cases. Where's that third wave? Third wave. Give me that shit. COVID-19 cases. America. Thank you. Why is it always so hard to find this one specific graph? Ah, here we go. There we go, baby. Google, doing me up. Check that out. This was our first wave. We were hitting like 30, 35,000 people a day. And then we were at the second wave, and that was real bad, like 70,000 people a day. And now, whoop, all the way up to 180,000 in a day. We are blowing our past records out of the water. My goodness. 11.4 million total cases in America, 250,000 deaths, which means that in spite of being about a fourth, sorry, not a fourth, 4% of the world's population, we're about a fifth of the total deaths. It's a disproportionate rate of like 5 to 6 times, which is phenomenal. We're about 1/5 of the total number of cases, meaning that we're about proportionally represented for deaths and cases elsewhere. America #1, baby. And it's all Missouri. What are you doing? Wisconsin? My God, the people up here. Washington's doing fine. Well, just stay safe, kids, okay? Look, I miss my family too. I wasn't able to see my family for last Thanksgiving either, but that was just more because of busy stuff. But yeah, do it if you can, because it's fun to be with your family. But if you can't do it safely, don't fucking do it, okay? Be safe, okay? You don't want you to get your parents sick, do you? Even if you guys are young enough to survive it, you don't want to get your dear old grandmama sick, do you? They say they don't. They don't do it. They don't want to do it. Okay? Nice.